Ready? Good evening, everybody. It's 5 o'clock and we're going to start our meeting. Call it to order. If you'd all stand and join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Aaron, would you please take the roll?
Councilmember Sherman.
Here.
Councilmember Pointer.
Here.
Councilmember Sherburne.
Here.
Councilmember Schmidt.
Here.
Councilmember Bradley.
Here. All right, everybody's here. First item is approval of the agenda, and Tim told me there's no changes, so,
No changes. I move for approval of the agenda as presented.
okay. I'll second. All right. Mary Ann?
Yes.
Tanya? Yes. Steve?
Yes.
Linda?
Yes.
And Bill?
Yes.
Okay. Next, it's time for our public input period. Please state your name and address for the record before proceeding with any comments. Individual remarks are limited to 5 minutes, with the overall public input period limited to 30 minutes. Under Iowa Open Meetings Law, the City Council can take no formal action on comments given during public input period which do not relate to action items on the agenda. Is there anyone who would like to speak to the council tonight? I see everybody who's here, and hearing none, I'm going to go ahead and close the public input period, and we'll move on to our consent agenda. First item today is the approval of the minutes of the August 14th regular council meeting. We have a motion to approve resolution 74, approving the bills. Next, I need a motion to approve the minutes from city reports, and this is from the city council minutes again. Is that correct? Is that correct?
Library board.
Library board. I thought, yeah, it said there on my thing, other, so, okay, thank you. Next, we have 2 liquor licenses to approve. Mine will come up quickly.
Got it, there's a start.
Yeah, mine's going very slow, I apologize. The next item is approval of special event application. This is for Riverbend Pub and Grill for the Combat Vets Chapter 39 event to be held in July of 2024. Our next motion is to approve the amend the ordinance, amending the code of ordinances for section 5702, and that's the declaration of potentially vicious dogs. This is our third. Why is mine?
Third and final.
Yeah, mine is not moving fast at all. I apologize.
Yeah.
Okay, we will keep going. Next one, we have motion to approve ordinance 7, and that's establishing the grades for the streets for the next street improvement project. Our next one, we have need a motion to approve ordinance 8, and that's amending the chapter under the public right of ways, and I think this is also our second one. Okay. I apologize, because guys.
Yeah, it does seem to catch up, but I think I'll have to restart the Wi-Fi before the next meeting.
Okay, all right. The public right of way, we'll see if we can do this. I'll just talk slower, that's what I'll do. That will make it happier. Okay, the next one is I need a motion to approve. That's a revision for legal description of proposed annexation. You want to reschedule the public hearing now to September 25th.
Yes, the annexation application that was submitted to us about lot 7. And after further consideration, the property owner did not want all of lot 7 to be included in the application for annexation. So they had to get a legal description for the portion of lot 7 that would be coming in.
Okay.
So that reschedule requires to reset that public hearing.
Okay. Next, I need a motion to adopt resolution 75. Is that right? We have the lease agreement for buyout property on 700 East Union Street. Did you want to talk about that too?
We have the adjacent property owner, Glenn Wilson, that is interested in leasing that from the city with a 2-year lease. She would maintain the yard and do the snow removal on the sidewalk at the same time. This is similar to other lease agreements we have on other flood buyout properties we have. Jason, I did go up and look at that because it does have that ravine that goes through there.
Mhm.
We have some dead trees in there. We need to get out of there. That's not something we require them to do. So we will work on that this fall. We'll remove some of the trees, clear some of the brush out of there, and get that cleaned up a little bit better.
I have a question. Will she have to carry insurance?
Yes. And she's provided us with a copy of insurance.
Okay, great. Next, I have a resolution, we need a motion to adopt resolution 76, and that's to approve our sludge hauling contract with Eastern Iowa Pumping. Our next one item is a motion to adopt resolution 77 to authorize the city clerk to make the listed transfer for fiscal year ending June 30th, 2023. Did you want to speak to that, Erin?
These were all budgeted transfers, and I think pretty self-explanatory. The employee benefits to the general fund and employee benefits to road use tax fund is a little different with our accounting software switch. The employee benefits are now, instead of being charged under the employee benefits fund, being charged under the general fund to the appropriate departments. And then the funds are being transferred out of employee benefits and back into the general fund. So that's, what I did was I just went through, ran a report that showed how much we paid in FICA versus group insurance and work comp for the fiscal year, and then transfer that amount over for both of those. The other ones are all, just part of the regular transfers that we do.
Okay. I just need approval for the consent agenda, and we can have further discussion if needed.
I so approve.
Okay, a motion, here a second.
I'll second that.
Okay, any other questions for anybody?
On this sludge hauling contract, it's going from 5 cents to 4 cents to 5, but it sounds like it's tiered, right?
It is. For 2 years, it will be 4.5 cents per gallon. And it goes to 5 cents in the third and final year.
But, well, I didn't read the document itself, but the header says the next 2 years, it's only a half a cent a gallon. That should be an additional half a cent a gallon.
Yeah.
Any other questions? Okay. Linda?
Yes.
Was it Dean?
Yes.
Oh, no, it was Mary Ann, or Bill, sorry, Linda, Bill,
Yes.
Mary Ann.
Yes.
Tanya.
Yes.
Dean.
Yes.
All right, we might get back on this right, yeah, before the day's over. All right.
Connie, you're going way too fast.
Is that what it is? I just need to
Now the
slow
computer's
down.
faster.
It is faster now, thank goodness. All right, no public hearings tonight. Regular agenda. First one is we need a motion to set a public hearing for the airport expansion project is set date and time for public hearing. You want to talk to this?
As we discussed at the last council meeting, we sent the letters out notifying property owners that there will be a public hearing on the 25th for the council to review and consider the airport improvement project. Once the council makes that determination, then that determines how we proceed with that project.
And these letters have also been sent to the property owners as well.
The 3 property owners that we are in negotiations. Yes,
You sent those.
It went out certified mail last Monday, I believe.
Okay. And you haven't received any, I mean,
I've heard nothing, no one's contacted me on it.
okay,
I would make a motion to approve setting the public hearing for September 25th.
okay.
I'll second that.
All right. Any further questions?
No, but we had discussed as a council possibly doing some sort of an open house out there sometime, which I think would be kind of a nice deal again.
Mhm.
Show people how nice it is and,
Mhm.
And the reason
How
why
much
we
time?
need to be
right,
looking at this expansion.
Mhm.
so why don't we come up with a date for that sometime or? But, yeah, I mean, after the public hearing, that would be the time to.
Unless you have the public hearing out there.
I already have it scheduled to be here.
Yeah, it's a business meeting, or, yeah, council meeting
Yeah.
that night, yeah. But other than that, no, I'm good with it also.
Okay. I know the meeting that we had out there for our committee as a whole, I found that very informative. It
Oh my
was
gosh,
really-
yes.
It was, learned a whole lot more about it that did not know. All right, anything else? Dean,
Yes.
Tanya. Yes. Mary Ann.
Yes.
Bill.
Yes,
Linda.
No.
All right, next we have construction updates, engineering updates. Jason.
Tim and I had an initial meeting with Jeannie over at Delmeyer at the Fair Board, just to try and get some initial feedback from them, what they want to do for access and off of Grand Avenue there. Working on updating some preliminary plans to share back with staff and then be able to set up a meeting to probably go on, Tim and I, to go, at least me, to go and present to the Fair Board and discuss it with them directly and continue that process with them.
Okay,
So that's all.
okay. All right, and we don't have anybody from program tonight. So we'll move on to Jim.
I have nothing this evening.
Okay, Tim?
A couple items. First item that'll come up, we were scheduled to have a committee of the whole meeting on September 5th. I am proposing we scrub that. I will be on vacation. I would like to propose we actually meet on the next committee of the whole meeting would be October 2nd, and we host that down at the city shop. Weather should be more tolerable for us to have that meeting down there, be a little bit more productive,
Okay.
if that's okay with council.
Mhm.
Last week, we did have an incident in town, which we had a anhydrous ammonia tank explode. Had a number of things going on at that time. It was difficult to make assessments as rapidly as we'd like to make them. Something we were very fortunate, we did not have any fatalities. We did have some minor injuries, and I'm using the word minor right now because I'm not aware of any long-term hospitalizations. I'm not sure there's anything else. I do know they had 6 people that took themselves in private transportation up to the hospital, to be checked out. My understanding is 5 of them were discharged, 1 of them was admitted for further evaluation. I'm not sure who that person is or what their injuries or conditions are at this time. I can't make these statements on that. Working with staff today, we had a safety committee meeting. We talked about how we handle things, what transpired on that day, because that did occur in the afternoon, right as we were getting ready to actually have a safety meeting at the city shop. And so, we have 2 employees that are volunteer firemen, they were called away as part of that. The biggest challenge for us is we try to figure out the best way for us to get information out to the public. How do we identify where we need to shelter in place, whether we need to isolate some areas, and getting that onto our Facebook page and our text alert system. And so those are things Aaron and I were working on rapidly and trying to do that, understanding that the situation was evolving quite rapidly. At one time, we had a report of 3 tanks that had exploded. It was 1 tank, just different people have different understandings of what's occurred, where things are at. So it was very, very much, I appreciate everything that the fire department did, all of our staff, the police officers, they responded to it and acted in a safe and timely manner. That's one of those things, as you reflect back on what you can do, what you can do better, those are things we're applying those now. So I do want to thank everyone for that. I know, I don't want to take away from Connie with Jody, so I won't say anything.
Yeah.
But other than that, I think we're looking forward to seeing things go this summer. The flowers will come downtown Tuesday morning. I'm starting to have my waters drop off as they've done for the summer. I had a reminder that one of my staff members went back to school, so they're not around the water. And so we'll get that done here Tuesday morning. The flowers will come down.
Where do they go when they come down?
We take the dirt out of them, and we have to take the baskets and I've talked to Jason, we're trying to coordinate, and we may have to work that out on the fly as we see what works well. He wants to take the brackets down when we take the flowers down. We'll take the flowers and the soil out of the baskets. We have to take the liners and the baskets back up to the nursery. And I'll do the transportation on that. We'll have to work out the coordination of, and I think our committee is gonna help take them down, with the ones that can. We have to take the wires off and connect those with a rubber band or full tie, so the wires don't get tangled. And then we'll stack all the liners and all the baskets in each separately.
brackets have to come off the pole also, you think?
They do, because they'll be in the way for the decorations.
All Christmas decorations.
They're in the way of the evergreens that go up. We had initially thought we'd take the brackets down when we put the evergreens up, but Jason thought it might be more effective when we have a crew there, when the weather's better, to go ahead and get them down, so when they do the evergreens, you don't have them in the way.
So that's tomorrow?
No, it'll be Tuesday morning.
A week from Tuesday.
Okay, good.
A week from
It looks so
tomorrow
pretty,
morning.
yeah. It is.
Yeah, a week from tomorrow.
We talked about trying to have volunteers continue to water them, but then you run into, if we go too far into the fall, then the city crew's busy doing other stuff, getting ready for winter. Some cities leave them up till Halloween. I mean, they'll handle quite a bit of frost, really.
Mhm.
And then next year, we may want to look at a longer season and try to get more volunteers involved. I really think people enjoyed it enough this year. I think we could put together a volunteer organization. If anybody is interested in helping us with that in future years, we really have it set up so we could have a system of volunteers and run them a lot longer.
If you can get the volunteers on this.
What time do they start watering them every morning?
Well, it depends on the person. We've got a gentleman right now that's an early riser, so he's sometimes out there at 3:30 in the morning. On the weekends, typically, it's 5:30, 6 AM,
5:30.
5:30. So they get done again, as the traffic picks up downtown, it gets, you're fighting cars in the parking
And
stalls.
it's 7 days a week.
And we've been doing twice a day on the 90 when it's really, really hot up in the high 90s.
Yeah, if it was hot, if I couldn't get the guys or the people we have for watering, then the street department had to fill in, so. So I.
Aaron.
What do you say? Oh,
Okay, Aaron?
I don't have anything tonight.
Okay. Bill?
Nothing.
Marianne? Tanya?
I just want to say that your hustle, I think, was a huge success this year, so thank you to all the volunteers that showed up and the people that did everything. Yeah, it was a big event and it went out without a hitch, and it was great to see everybody there, because we had what, 4 states represented?
6 days.
6 states represented.
There you go, right there.
Yep, and 180.
81? Or did not those?
We had about 13 that didn't show.
Yes.
Okay.
I will say, with Tanya's comment, I talked to Patrick Freiberger, the mail guy.
Mm-hmm,
He loved having the road closed.
mm-hmm.
He's like, that made such a huge difference. You know, with slower bike riders, faster bike riders, that you didn't get
Yeah,
caught here and there. He's like, man, that was wonderful. So,
yeah, that's a big thank you to the supervisors
Yes.
for allowing us to do that this
Yes.
year.
Actually, I think Pat had his best time this year.
Mhm.
I think he did his
Ted, you
best.
wish you would have been 20 seconds faster, because I think he went 15th, but his number on his arm was 14th. So he's like,
Okay, yeah, because what was it, that she gave me all those stats on it. 181 participants, youngest one was 12, oldest was 69, 6 different states, 33 different countries, and 65 different cities.
Counties.
Or counties, is that, oh, did I say countries?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry. Bifocals. All right, anyway, but yeah, that's huge. And how many years have we been doing it now?
This was our 8th year.
8th year.
And in addition to all those participants, they usually bring 1 or 2 people with them. Plus, we had probably 130 volunteers that helped with the event, and it wouldn't go off nearly as successful without the volunteer help that we have there. So
Thank
it's
you.
it's a pretty big event.
And you had the best weather of the whole week.
Oh, my gosh.
It was perfect.
We were so fortunate.
It was perfect. So, well, thank you. Dean,
Nothing.
Linda.
I have nothing.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure that we mention a very important person who has decided, who is now retired, but she served the city for 25 years as our pool manager, Jody King. We had a nice gathering for her also, was it a week ago Sunday?
Yes.
Yeah, and she does not like the limelight in any way. Everything that she does is about the people that she works with, but I told her great leaders attract great employees. And so I was able to give her a certificate before the event that day and give her our appreciation. So yeah, we want to just acknowledge Jody King out there. Also, I had my first A Nice Neighbor Award nomination brought to me, so I'm very excited about that. So I'm still trying to get a hold of this person and hope to either get her acknowledged either the September or next a September meeting or an October meeting. And we'll get that award presented. So with that, I don't have anything else. Is there anything else that you can think of? Okay. All right. I have a motion from Linda, a second from Dean to adjourn, and we are adjourned. Thank you, everybody, for joining us tonight.
Thanks, everyone.